Let's be real, chasing hot stocks or trying to perfectly time the market, it's exhausting. So today, we're going to do something different. We're going to build a wealth system. Think of it like a financial fortress designed for one main goal: survival. Because at the end of the day, the only wealth that actually grows is the wealth that survives the chaos. So if step one is just not messing up, then what does a system like that actually look like? One that works when the market is crashing, when your own emotions are going haywire, and when life just happens. It's not about some complex spreadsheet or making decisions every 5 minutes. It's about building something that is truly robust. So here's the plan, our blueprint. We're going to build this thing from the ground up. We'll start with the main goal, then lay the foundation, build the engine, add a special advantage, and then wrap it all in a simple set of rules. And then we'll see the incredible result of just staying in the game. Okay, first things first. And this is the most important part: the goal. For this entire system, we are not chasing maximum growth. We're prioritizing survival. Why? Because a system that breaks, even just once, well, it's not a system at all. It's just a gamble that failed. And this right here really gets to the heart of it. On the left, you've got the typical growth-only mindset. It's all about chasing the highest returns, which makes you super fragile and forces you to basically predict the future. We're flipping that script. The survival-first mindset on the right is all about preventing that catastrophic loss. It's built on a solid structure, not a crystal ball. Harry Brown just nails it with this quote from his book, Fail-Safe Investing. This is what we're aiming for. The whole point is to be financially safe, no matter what the future decides to throw at us. Okay, so let's get into the build. Layer 1. Every resilient structure, whether it's a skyscraper or your wealth, it has to start with a rock-solid foundation. One that's designed specifically to absorb shocks. So what's in this foundation? Well, it's the stuff you probably already know is important. Your emergency fund, keeping your fixed monthly bills as low as possible, having the right insurance. And I absolutely love this idea from one of our sources: having a year's worth of your budget just preloaded and ready to go. Talk about peace of mind. It's all about creating a buffer. Now, you might be looking at this layer and thinking, wait, the return on this is zero. And you're exactly right. That's the whole point. This layer's job isn't to make you rich. Its job is to keep you from becoming poor. It buys you time and the mental space you need to make good decisions when everyone else out there is freaking out. So with that foundation totally secure, now we can build the engine. This is the part of the system that actually does the growing, but it's long-term, consistent growth that comes from ownership, not from wild speculation. A perfect example of this is Harry Brown's permanent portfolio. It's so simple and elegant. Just 4 equal slices, each one designed for a different economic season. Stocks do great when times are good. Long-term bonds do well during deflation. Gold is your shield against inflation, and cash gives you stability in a recession. The idea is that no matter what the economic weather is, something in your portfolio is always doing its job. Now, Ray Dalio's all-weather portfolio takes this a step further. It's a similar idea, but with a twist. Instead of splitting his capital into 4 equal parts, he splits the risk equally across 4 economic scenarios. It's a bit more nuanced, but the core principle is exactly the same. Be prepared for absolutely anything. Okay, on to our third and final structural layer. This is where the system really gets its edge. Once you've got that solid foundation and a reliable engine, you can build in what we call flexibility and optionality. So what is flexibility really? It means having cash on hand ready to go when markets get crazy. It means having the mental freedom to just wait patiently instead of being forced to sell at the absolute worst possible time. And most importantly, it means you have the power to jump on amazing opportunities when great assets suddenly go on sale. And here's the punchline for this whole layer. Your stability creates opportunity. When other people are panicking and they're forced to sell their valuable assets just to cover their bills, your system's resilience gives you the option to be a buyer. It turns a defensive strategy into a seriously powerful offensive weapon. So we have this structure, but how do we actually run this thing? Well, a resilient system isn't run by your mood, and it's definitely not run by the screaming headlines on the news. It's run by a simple, clear set of rules designed to protect you from your own worst enemy, yourself. We have this weird bias where we think complex must be better. But in finance, complex systems need constant attention, and they often break when you need them most. Simple systems, though, they're robust, they're easy to follow, and this is critical. They still work even when you're stressed out, tired, or distracted by life. Here are just a few of Harry Brown's powerful rules. First, build your wealth on the foundation of your career. Second, don't borrow money to invest, only use cash. Third, never ever put your money into something you don't completely understand. And finally, you and only you are responsible for your decisions. These sound like common sense, but they are an incredible defense against making big mistakes. All right, we've built the system, layer by layer. Now for the fun part, the payoff. What does all this focus on survival actually get you in the long run? The result is one powerful thing: staying power. This timeline really says it all, doesn't it? In bad times, when other people are getting wiped out, your system just survives. In good times, it grows quietly in the background. But over decades, that simple act of surviving and compounding, it transforms into a dominant financial position. You literally win by not losing. At the end of the day, success with money isn't some sprint won by a few brilliant moves. It's a marathon. It's an endurance race, won by having a system that makes sure you can stay in the game long enough for compounding to do its incredible magic. If there is just one thing you take away from all of this, let it be this right here. You do not need to be perfect. Wealth isn't built on perfect decisions. It's built on systems that are strong enough to forgive your mistakes, to absorb market shocks, and to handle all of life's curveballs. So what does a system like this really ask of you? It's actually pretty simple. Just 3 things. Number 1, avoid getting wiped out. Number 2, stay consistent with the plan. And number 3, have the patience to just get out of the way and let time do the heavy lifting for you. That's it. That's the whole strategy. And that kind of leaves us with one last question, doesn't it? If a simple, resilient system is so effective, why does the entire financial industry have this constant urge to make everything so complicated? Well, we're going to dig into that very question in our next explainer. Thanks for tuning in.